Hi, I'm Lauren and I'm a final year Bachelor of Nursing student who went to India for my placement. My placement experience in India was quite eye-opening. I never really know how to actually fully explain it when people ask me how it was, because it's something you have to experience to actually know how it went. But the people that I met were absolutely incredible. I would do it again in a heartbeat. Like if they said to go tomorrow, I would 100% go tomorrow. I don't think that some people worry that it's going to not benefit them with their nursing studies, but I think that you'll have a whole career to do IV poles and all of that kind of stuff, but you don't have this opportunity to get this good patient communication and knowledge of conditions that you've never heard of before or you won't see here in Australia. So when I was on placement, we mainly did primary assessments and like head to toe, so your standard A to E assessments, respiratory assessments, less invasive nursing it was, so we weren't administering medications because we didn't have the right, like legally we weren't allowed to do that. And like manual blood pressures, I felt amazing when I left placement that I could do a manual blood pressure. It was really good actually coming into my next placement. There was a few patients that needed manual blood pressures done and some students didn't have the capability of doing that, but I was able to confidently just step in and do those, like the primary assessments and the manual blood pressure, and I thought, oh, it really was beneficial having those under my belt from India. It's really good. So some of the skills that I learned in India are going to be really handy both in my life, like I've learned that we are very blessed and lucky here in Australia. I already knew that, but since going on this trip you get to see how lucky we really are here. And clinically I found that my communication skills have increased dramatically, and my basic primary assessments on patients, I feel really confident in doing those, whereas before I left it was still quite a systematic way. I had to think through what I was doing, whereas now it comes quite naturally. So I think I found both benefits in my personal and my clinical life. Non-clinically there was some amazing opportunities as well in India. We got the chance to go and visit the Taj, and that was really insane. Like I'd never been, it wasn't one of my end goals to go and visit the Taj in life, but once I'd been there it's actually unmatched. Like the photos never do it justice, and we went at sunrise, so it was really beautiful. Had a tour guide that got to explain the history of the Taj, and I never realised how much history was behind the Taj. I genuinely cannot explain how beautiful that place is. Like it's incredible. For anyone who's thinking about going or not going on this trip, I couldn't recommend it more. It's benefited my personal life and my studies so highly. And before I went on placement, before I went on the overseas placement, I was quite worried about my clinical skills not developing, knowing that we weren't able to give medications and administer those over there. But literally I have a whole career ahead of me to learn how to hang IV poles and do medication calculations, those kinds of things. But this is a once in a lifetime thing. You'll never get the opportunity to do what we've done in your future career without going with the school.
Hi, my name is McKenna Hillier and I'm studying the Bachelor of Nursing at UTAS. Yeah, so the people we met over there, they were all just so lovely. They loved seeing us. Obviously to us, we knew we were going to India, and for them they had no idea we were coming. So if we were walking down the streets, we were all sort of a bit of a paparazzi scene. They were all taking photos, but they were so lovely and they wanted to chat to us, especially in the hospitals, the paediatric hospital and the general hospital. They were taking selfies with us. They were talking about their experiences as nurses as well and how they became nurses. Beyond Borders, the team that we went with, the tour operators, they were so lovely as well. They took us to the most amazing parts of India and just gave us a really, really good experience. And yeah, I couldn't talk more highly of everyone there. So I think going to India when we didn't really know any other students, the other students were from Devonport, Hobart, Sydney, Launceston. We only sort of knew a couple of students each. So to start off with, it was obviously a little bit scary and daunting knowing you're going to another country with only very few people that we knew each. But I think by the flights there, we were just so close and we were a really, really tight group. Each person was just so supportive of each other. And again, having breakfast, lunch and dinner together every day, we did not leave each other's back pocket. So it was fantastic to have that real tight bond and that support over there. I think purely because I want to stay in Tasmania to do my nursing career, every placement and UTAS has really helped develop what I want to do and how I want to go from here. So each placement was so different, and I'm so glad that I have done each and everything. So from India to the placements in Tassie, they've helped me grow as a person, I think, and I just think from that trip as well, I'm so much more confident and comfortable within my nursing career as well. And I know that although I do want to stay in Tassie, there's so much out there as well.